Hello friends, today is Saturday, the 8th of December 2018. Let's begin. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Today we will see stanza number 31, which is on the types of consciousnesses in detail. It should be noted that in the last lecture we have seen the same thing, the types of consciousnesses. That was stanza 30 in brief, which was like this, which was this one, and then now we will see in detail. So let's read the stanza first. Types stanza 31. We are still in the chapter 1, the analysis of consciousness, Chitta Sangha Vibhaga. So let's read it. Katham ekuna utti vidam chittam eka visa satam hoti. Number 1. Vitakka vichara piti sukha ekagata sahitam pathama jhana sotapati magga chittam. Number 2. Vichara piti sukha ekagata sahitam dutiya jhana sotapati magga chittam. Number 3. Piti sukha ekagata sahitam tatiya jhana sotapati magga chittam. Number 4. Sukha ekagata sahitam chatudha jhana sotapati magga chittam. Number 5. Upeka ekagata sahitam panchama jhana sotapati magga chittanchati. Imani pancha pi sotapati magga chittani nama tata sakadagami magga anagami magga arahata magga chittanchati samavisati magga chittani tata phala chittani chati samachattalisa lokuttara chittani bhavanti ti. So up to here. So let me do one thing here. I think now it's okay. So before we go to the meaning of this stanza, we will go into the subject here. So here. So what they say is there are about let's again read it. So read and let's connect the stanza with the subject. So katham is how, ekuna utti is ekuna utti. Nautti means it is 90. Navutti means 90. So sorry. Navutti means 90. How is that? The 90 ekuna is -1. It is, which is 89. 89 chittas. Vidam. Yeah, vidam is different types, or different types of chittam. Eka visa satam. Eka is 1, visa is 20. Visa is 20, and satam is 100. So 100 plus 20 plus 1, 121 hoti can be. Hoti means can be. How the 89 chittas can become 121 chittas is what is explained here in detail. So here the for example, in number 1 they talk about the Patama jhana, first jhana, Patama jhana, first jhana. Number 2, in number 2 they talk about the Dutiya jhana, second jhana, actually which is all related to Sotapati Magga Chittam. Sotapati is the stream enterer, Path Chitta, Magga Chittam is the Path Chitta. So as we know that the first jhana has the jhana anga, the parts of the jhanas: Vitakka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha and Ekagata. There are 5 parts in the first jhana. Let's not go back to see the parts of the jhana. Just let us remember that the first jhana has of course 5 parts. Vitakka is the initial reflection of the mind. Vichara is the scrutiny in the mind, the object of scrutiny, scrutinizing the object of scrutiny. Piti is the zest we get. Sukha is the happiness we get. And then Ekagata is the one-pointedness which is there in the first jhana. Sahidam together becomes the Patama jhana, first jhana of the Sotapati, is the stream enterer. Magga Chittam is the Path Chitta. So which is actually the first jhana only, but it occurs for the Sotapati, for the stream enterer. The reason behind this is because why he becomes a Sotapanna when this first jhana is experienced is because the object of meditation here, the object of scrutiny of the meditation here is Nibbana. The characteristics of Nibbana, which is the 3 characteristics of life, which is the Anicca, Anatta and Dukkha, or the Nibbana itself. So the first jhana is when it is experienced, he or she becomes a Sotapanna here. And let's go to the second one. In the Dutiya jhana, in the second jhana, what we have is the Vitakka, the reflection of the mind, or the outer thinking of the mind is gone, but only the scrutiny. It starts with scrutiny of the mind. Piti is the zest, Sukha is the happiness, and Ekagata is the one-pointedness. Sahitam is all. Together becomes the Dutiya jhana, second jhana of the Sotapati. Sotapati is the stream enterer. Magga Chittam is the Path Chitta of the stream enterer. So the person who develops the second jhana first, and then becomes the Sotapanna, is what is talked about here in the second stanza. And in the third stanza, it is we can see the vichara is the scrutiny will go away, will wither off, and then there will be only three, piti, sukha and ekagata. As we can see, piti, sukha and ekagata is there. Piti is the zest, sukha is happiness, and ekagata is one-pointedness. Sahitam is together, becomes the tatiya jhana, is the third jhana of the sotapati of the stream enterer. Magachittam is the pachitta of the stream enterer. So the person who develops the third jhana and then becomes a sotapanna, such a person is described here. And the fourth one is the as you can see in the fourth jhana, Chatudha jhana is the fourth jhana. As we can see, piti, the zest, withers away, and there remains only sukha and ekagata. Sukha is the happiness, and the one-pointedness is all that remains. Sahidam together becomes the Chatudha jhana, fourth jhana of the sotapati, of the stream enterers. Magachittam is the pachitta of the stream enterer. So here in number 4, what is described here is if the person who enters who becomes a sotapanna or the stream enterer in the when he or she is in the fourth jhana. And number 5 is the upekka ekagata. So sukha is replaced by upekka. Upekka is the equanimity or the equanimous feeling, and ekagata is one-pointedness. These both are there. Ekagata, one-pointedness, actually cannot function alone, so it takes a partner, at least one partner. Here in the fourth jhana it has taken sukha as the partner, and here it takes upekka as the partner. Sahidam together becomes the panchama jhana, fifth jhana, sotapati. Sotapati is the stream enterers. Magachitta is the pachitta. Chati is all. Let's move further. Imani, these are all panchama fives. Panchama pi sotapati magachittani nama. These five or the pachittas of the sotapanna or the sotapati or the stream enterer. Tatha means and. Sakadagami, and in this way Sakadagami Magga is there. Sakadagami is the once returner's path or Magga, or it is short form for Magga Chitta. Pachittas of the Sakadagami is in the same way here, and same we get it by removing the sotapati with the Sakadagami. We get 5 in all, and then we get 5 for Anagami Magga. Anagami is the non-returner's path, and Arahata Magga Chitta means Arahata is the enlightened Arahant. Samavisati. Samavisati is up to. Sama means it goes is all. Sama means it comes up to. It comes up to. Visati is 20. Visati means 20. Magga Chittani is the Magga Chittani is the Pachittas. So it all amounts to 20. Let us count here. So as you can see in the Pachittas, in the supramundane chittas, which takes nibbana as its object, we can see the stream entry can be attained through the first jhana, which is chitta number 82, through the second jhana, through the third jhana, fourth jhana, or the fifth jhana. And the fifth jhana includes all the four immaterial sphere jhanas, the immaterial jhanas, which is all the modes of fifth jhana only. So there are 5 chittas here for the stream entry. So by developing these 5 chittas, which is corresponding to each level of the jhana, one becomes a stream enterer. And also for the once returner, it becomes one can become after developing the first jhana, one can become a once returner after developing the stream entry chitta. Later can move on to the once returning, become a once returner by developing chitta number 87, which is in the first jhana, and thence we can become the once returner by the second jhana by getting this chitta, and then the third jhana by getting this chitta, and then fourth jhana by getting this chitta, and fifth jhana by getting this chitta. So and so on for non-returner also. In the first jhana, this chitta, through this chitta one becomes a non-returner. The numbering of the chitta one need not worry too much about the numbering of the chitta. I have followed the numbering of chitta from certain books, but the numbering here need not be too much. We need not worry too much about the numbering. It is only a numbering, but the chitta which corresponds to which jhana is the one which is very important. So for example, if a person has good control of the fifth jhana, and then by taking nibbana as the object or the characteristics of nibbana, by developing then gets the chitta number 101, and then becomes an arahant, for example. Or with a person with the fourth jhana, with the nibbana as the object, for example, becomes if he or she cultivates chitta number 95, then he or she becomes a non-returner, and so on. So by counting all these chittas, we can see there are 20 chittas in all here. So 20 chittas in all here. And in the same manner, there will be 20 chittas on the other side of the fruit chitta, which is corresponding to the after getting the path, one gets the fruit chitta, as discussed before in the lectures before. So let's again go to the stanza. So we can see these are for the magga chitta. So total is the samma visati adds up to visati is 20, becomes the magga chittani or the path chittas. And then tatha and phala chittani. Phala is the fruit chittas. Chati becomes samma adds up to chattarisa. Chattarisa is 40. Is the chattarisa. Lokuttara chittani. Lokuttara chittani is the supramundane consciousnesses. Bhavanti. Bhavanti means develops to about 40 total. So here 20 the magga chittani or the path chittas are 20, and also the phala chittas are 20, and then adds up to chattari, so is 40, so becomes 40. These are the lokuttara chittani, and then Bhavanti is develops as the Lokuttara Chittani, or the consciousnesses of belonging to the supramundane supramundane world. So these are the things. As you can see, 20 on the path side and 20 on the fruit side. So as we can see. And then now let's see about the now we have seen the stanza, but let's see more about this cultivation of becoming a stream enterer, once returner and non-returner and arahant, how it's possible and what are the theories behind it. Let's find out now. So regarding the cultivation of supramundane pathchittas, or the supramundane pathchitta attainment, so this can be attained by two ways. One is the one which we have discussed just now, which is by the developed by the jhana meditator. The meditator develops the jhanas, whichever the jhanas he or she is capable of, or is able to cultivate, etc. And the jhana cultivation, how it is, and how the supramundane chittas are achieved through the jhana cultivation, we will see in the ensuing slides about the theories. But here the jhana meditator cultivates any of the 5 fine material sphere jhanas, and or any of the 4 immaterial sphere jhanas. As we can see, the 4 immaterial sphere jhanas or correspond to the 5th jhana only. And then there are the 4 total, or the 5 jhanas and the 4 immaterial sphere jhanas. So total there are about 9 jhanas. Arupa jhanas are 4, and arupa is the immaterial jhanas, sphere jhanas are 4, and material sphere jhanas, or fine material sphere jhanas, are 5. So total there are 9, or we can say there are 5 if we can include the 4 immaterial sphere jhanas. With this we can say it is 5. Generally we take it as 5 here. So, but there is other meditator, who is called as the Sukha Vipasaka. Sukha means dry. Sukha in Pāli means dry. Vipasaka is the insight meditator. Vipasaka is the person who is adopting the insight meditation, but it is a very bare insight meditation, or the dry insight, just called as dry insight meditation, or here I have used the word bare insight meditation, or the meditator. And this type of meditator is able to at least come to the first jhana, and not more than that. So at the time of entry into cultivating the supramundane pathchitta of the sotapanna, stream enterer, or the once returner or non-returner or arahant, the chittas will be corresponding to the first jhana. That means the chittas cultivated by the bare insight meditator will be chitta number 82, chitta number 87, chitta number 92, and chitta number 97 for the path chitta. And then also can cultivate the first jhana, the chittas corresponding to the fruit chitta of the stream, chitta number 102, chitta number 107, chitta number 112, chitta number 117. But the bare insight meditator doesn't go above the first jhana, doesn't experience the second jhana or the third jhana, fourth jhana, fifth jhana, or left out. Only the first jhana is experienced by the by the bare insight meditator. But the jhana meditator, on the other hand, is able to experience any of the jhanas, the 5 jhanas and the 4 immaterial jhanas, whichever they are accustomed to or easy or find it easy, etc. So let us see the next one. So in this slide we will see the theories. The theories are 3 in number. So first theory is called as the trodden jhana theory, or the walked upon jhana theory. So the jhana which is walked at the time of, it's called as the Pādaka jhana theory. Pādaka jhana theory is the at the time of getting the supramundane jhana, whatever the jhana that is being trodden by the meditator, or whichever the jhana that's being cultivated by the meditator at the time of entry into the at the time of cultivating the supramundane chitta, is the one through which the meditator experiences gets into becomes a sotapanna, or the once returner, non-returner, or arahant. For example, if a meditator at the time of entry into any of the path chitta, for example, a meditator is in the 3rd jhana. So is the 3rd jhana is being trodden or walked upon by the meditator, and suddenly the chitta number 84 occurs and then becomes a stream enterer. And in another occasion, if the same meditator is going on is cultivating the 2nd jhana, and suddenly the path gets the chitta number 88, for example, then becomes the once returner, and so on. And the second theory is called as the fully comprehended jhana theory. So the full understanding, which is called as the sammasita jhana theory, which means if a meditator is well versed and knows all the limits of have gone to the limits and seen all the limits of a particular jhana, for example. So let's say here, if a meditator, for example, if a meditator has gone to 2nd jhana, but only once, but is very well versed with the 1st jhana, and is having a greater control, or has the greatest control of the 1st jhana, for example, but has experienced 2nd jhana or some other jhanas. So since this meditator is able to control the 1st jhana very well, so the theory says the fully comprehended jhana here will be, for that person, will be the 1st jhana. Hence, through the 1st jhana only, such a person, such a meditator will experience the stream entry, and so on. And the 3rd theory is the achasaya jhana theory, which means the personal inclination jhana theory, or the personal wish jhana theory. So asaya means the asaya means the wish, or the liking. Acha means the personal, or the personal wish jhana theory, which is the 3rd jhana theory, which means the jhana. For example, I support this theory because I have reached up to the 5th jhana, but I have not gone to the 4 immaterial sphere jhanas, but I have seen the 5th jhana. So I prefer this theory because I believe that that I might have, or I will be able to enter the stream entry, or once returning, non-returning, or arahant, non-returner or arahant path through any of the five jhanas, which I like. So this is the theory, or the fruit chittas, through any of the five jhanas. This is the one I support. Because maybe it is because I was able to get up to the fifth jhana very easily, or through not very much of extreme effort. So I believe that the third theory is applicable to some people who are able to make a wish and go and get the chitta, get the path chitta of in any of the jhana they wish. Okay, so now let's move to the differences of the okay, so let's see the differences of the between the mundane chittas and the supramundane chittas. Mundane is the chittas that is related to the 31 planes of existences, and supramundane chittas, or the chittas which are beyond, which have the property to lead us to nibbana, and to curtail or stop the never-ending cycle of births. So let's see. The first property of the chitta is the liberation from the samsara. The samsara is called as the cycle of birth and death. The mundane chittas doesn't have such power, but supramundane chittas have that power. And number 2 leads to attainment of nibbana. Mundane chittas, no, they cannot lead to nibbana. Supramundane chittas can lead to nibbana, yes. Does it pertain to the four stages of enlightenment of Sottapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, and Arahant? No, mundane chittas have nothing to do with such stages of enlightenment, but supramundane chittas, or the same chittas of the Sottapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, and Arahant, is called as the supramundane chittas. And does it lead to prolonging of lives in the samsara? Samsara is the cycle of birth and death. Yes, mundane chittas prolong the lives of beings endlessly, but supramundane chittas stops it, and the liberation, or the nibbana, is attained in a maximum of 7 bhavas, or 7 discrete existences, which may or may not have many births. So bhava is the existence. For example, if a person is has the bhava of a human, for example, the existence of a human, and if such a person is will have a bhava, or has generated the required karma from the past lives to have, for example, 500 years of human life, for example, then such a person will take the human births until the 500 years is of human life is exhausted. So such a person will be born as a human being first, and then will die, then again will be born as a human being again and again, many times, until the 500 years of human life, human existence is exhausted. So this is called as the bhava, seven bhavas, or the seven existences. And the number 5 object of meditation is for the mundane chittas, any mundane object. But for nibbana, it is the and for supramundane chittas, it is nibbana, or the three characteristics of life, which is the anicca, anatta, and dukkha, which we can say as nibbana itself, or the pathway to nibbana. So yeah, I think we have come to the end of this lecture. We have come to the end of this lecture. So let us finish this one. So Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Let all beings, without any distinction, receive equally the share of all the good karmas that I have committed from the beginning of my existences. And I beg all the beings to please forgive me for any misdeeds that I might have committed to them from the very beginning of my existence to the end of my existence. And I willingly and happily relieve all the beings of any misdeeds or any karmic debts they have with me. Let all beings be free and achieve Nibbana as soon as possible. And I beg the Sammasambuddhas, Paccekabuddhas and Arahants to please forgive me for any misdeeds that I might have committed to them. And I beg the Sammasambuddhas, Paccekabuddhas and Arahants to please bless me to achieve Nibbana as soon as possible. Thank you.